We were scared to death. We flew back home. So in country in Vietnam, we left Cam Ranh Bay, and we actually were taking incoming on the strip on commercial jets. And we had a cool pilot, and he said, "Gentlemen, welcome home." And he set that baby down, and we were all crying, happy. Yet, like, redefined happiness for my entire life, up until that point anyway.
Did my little tour. Yeah, it was tough coming home.
I was kind of proud when I returned home until I got home. And when I was in the airport, I was in my uniform and people were looking at me strange and whispering and nobody said welcome home, welcome back, thank you. And yeah, it's kind of always stuck with me for all these years.
So you were more or less like an outcast, or I don't want to say war criminal, but along that line that you went off and fought an unjust war or whatever, and so you're part of the fault. So you just didn't talk about it, didn't let anybody know about your service.
We were never welcomed home by other than family when we come back. It was very unpopular war, if you want to call it a war. I don't know how many times I've heard, well, it wasn't a war, it was a police action. but war's war, people died. Did things we didn't want to do, but we had to do. You survived.
They didn't appreciate anything we did. I got told a lot of nasty things. People treated us like we were dirt.
Away we went, and then we were spit on and cussed at.
He looked at me and he says, "What the hell are you doing home? I see you got all your parts." Yeah. And then that was pretty much the grinning I got.
You know, the situation was terrible over there. The living conditions, just the return with people having a certain amount of, not necessarily respect, but just, appreciate what you've been through.
We were involved in a war that nobody wanted, and we didn't have a choice. The draft was active at the time, and I knew once I graduated high school I was going to be drafted sooner or later.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I was in the service. For a long time, I wouldn't tell anybody anything. All I'd do is drink Jack Daniels and get rowdy. Oh, if it's honest.
It was very unpleasant from then on. I'm a recovering alcoholic, and so I started really drinking hard. It was easiest for me to just stay drunk. I couldn't deal with what I had seen, what I had done, what I hadn't seen, what I hadn't done. I couldn't deal with any of that. I just stayed drunk. And I tried to drink my brains out.
I've had some emotional problems in different times because of it. I don't always let my emotions show. Always taught, suck it up, don't let anybody know what you feel.
Yeah, I remember my mother telling me, "Well, you've really changed." Well, I should hope so, and I realized that I have.
I asked my ex-wife, "So you ever say welcome home?" She said, "No more than I would if they were on vacation." And so it means a lot more to me than just coming home from vacation. It meant, the world.
I get a little bit upset sometimes when they say thank you for your service, because they don't know what I did, and I don't want them to know. But I'd just rather be welcome home.
These young guys, the new soldiers, they don't necessarily want to be thanked for their service either, because they don't want to be thanked for kicking doors in and killing people.
I played drums, and the only reason I could get away with playing drums is I had a wall in front of me. and nobody could get to me. And I walked out, and this girl, she looked at me, she says, "Welcome home, brother." And the rest of the night was like, yeah, someone cares.
I don't like it when they say thank you for your service. It just rubs me the wrong way. I was at a apple orchard one day, and there's a lady there packing boxes for troops, and anybody that wanted to could help pack boxes. And she asked, is there any veterans here? And I have my son-in-law with me, and he is. And she said, well, you can pack a box. And it was kind of overwhelming to send a box to somebody that was in a situation that I was in. And first thing she said to me though was, "Thank you for your service." And it just rubbed me wrong. And I think she realized by the look on my face, she looked at me and, "Welcome home." And I thanked her for that.
I just told World War II veterans that made a difference with him.
It means thank you for the horrors of the war that you don't want to remember. When someone says, "Welcome home," that's from someone's heart.
It makes me feel absolutely wonderful. I shake hands with them, I give them a hug, I tell them welcome home if they're a veteran. And if they're not, I thank them anyway. I really appreciate it.
It means everything. Just a simple term, welcome home. Because people don't know what you did. And it doesn't matter anymore. It just matters that someone gives a crap. Many, many years. I've buried my own babies and everything else. Those things mean a lot.
Just to welcome me home and to say that I'm glad you made it and you're safe. Just simple as that.